Okay. So when we are talking about suicidal thoughts present among children, the presentation of suicidal thoughts among kids is very different as compared to the adult age group. Adults, they tend to directly communicate their feelings of sadness. They have negative thought process or loss of interest and energy is decreased energy is present, and they might have biological functioning which is quite disturbed. But when it comes to the children, the presentation of the symptoms is very different. Children, they tend to present with, you know, a pain symptom, a physical symptom, not a psychological symptom. If we talk about kids between 5 to 8 years of age, a child has some fear or has some anxiety but is not able to use the appropriate terminology to communicate his feelings. So the child might exhibit symptoms of, pain abdomen or stomach ache. There might be some noticeable changes in the behavior of the child. The child might feel so clingy to the parents, might tend to feel anxious, nervous, loss of appetite, and sleep cycle is quite disturbed among kids, and they might have exhibition of a symptom wherein they might refuse to go to school out of the fear of something wrong going to happen with them. So this might be the presentation amongst the kids. If we talk about 8 to 11 years old of children or above 10 years, they are able to communicate their feelings that they are not feeling good, but there are very vague symptoms which are present. It's not that they have core psychological symptoms which are easy to elicit. They present with very vague symptoms wherein they might say that they are not feeling good. So, on probing further, feeling good would mean they would repeat with the same symptom that they are having pain in the headache, they are having headache or pain in the stomach or pain in the legs or in their body. So, but there are certain diagnostic tools through which, we can identify and assess symptoms of depression when it comes to children. Suicide, they do not children who fall in the age group of 7 to 8 to 9 years, they are not able to communicate or convey that they are feeling sad, or they are not able to understand what exactly they are feeling. Only they would say repetitively on probing further, they would say that they are not feeling good. And many a times parents, they keep consulting a pediatrician, and they also get confused with the physical symptoms. They try to continue with the treatment which is being given for the physical symptoms. Many times the underlying psychological symptoms are missed out. So I would like to add here is that parents need to be very, very insightful when it comes to their kids. If they observe different changes in the behavior of their kids, it's very, very important for them to take stringent measures. And also there are other factors which could be associated, which might range from hostility to negative self concepts, feeling of isolation or hopelessness. Without strong support system, many kids tend to feel negative. They feel that their coping mechanisms and skills are very poor, and they if a child is having a poor sense of self-worth, so he might develop psychological pain which might lead to suicidal thoughts. So in those kids probably falling in the teenage, these kids, they might feel might have a sense of poor self-worth, or they don't have strong support system, so they might present with a uh, symptom of psychological pain which might lead to onset of suicidal thoughts and feelings. So those feelings can grow into a thought of hurting themselves, which can lead to a plan to commit suicide. So, as a person grows from one stage to the next, like a Richter scale, with the second step being 10 times more serious than the first, and third step 100 times more serious than the second one. So, we all must remember that if teenager is in intense emotional state or physical pain, his judgment is usually clouded by that pain. So they are not able to take corrective decisions So we all must, as parents, look out for constant feelings of sad mood in the child, sleeplessness, sleepiness, loss of energy, whether the child has been having irritable mood or mood swings or anger or loss of interest in the routine household chores. So these are the symptoms which are prominently present in kids. It's better we should address to those issues, give a listening ear to your child, communicate to your child, give hope to your child, and acknowledge their feelings, reflect on their feelings, and by empathizing them and by reflecting to them their feelings, that we are able to understand how they and what they are going through. And in the end, I would like to add that if parents they feel that it's there is a serious indication of a child wherein there is a threat to the child's life, parents should not delay. They should immediately take corrective measures to seek a professional help before it is too late.